Hey, if you're finding yourself coming back to these episodes week after week, I want to invite you to comment down deeper. It's where we go a little further in the conversations, the things that need more space, more time, maybe even more silence. It's not louder, it's just longer. It's a place to linger when you're not quite ready to leave. You can join us at commentdownpodcast.com and look for the word deeper. I hope you do. Well, let's see if I'm alone in this. You woke up on January 1st and waited to feel different, to feel motivated or renewed, or like someone just magically flipped a switch and you were suddenly the version of yourself you've been planning to become. Am I alone? But you didn't feel different. You felt like you, the same you who went to bed on December 31st. Same thoughts, same habits, same heaviness or restlessness or whatever you're carrying. I mean, the calendar changed, but you didn't. And now, it's 2 weeks into January, and you're starting to realize, nothing feels different at all. I'm with you. So, let's dive in. I'm Chad Lawson, and let's comment down in 3, 2, 1. So there's this unspoken belief that we carry into New Year's. That time has power. That midnight on December 31st is some kind of portal. That if we just make it to January 1st, we'll wake up with clarity, with energy, with a fresh start that just feels fresh. But that's not how it works. Because guess what? I don't know if you've checked lately, but you're not a calendar. You're a person. And people don't reset at midnight. We change slowly. We change in moments that we don't even notice, through small decisions that don't feel significant until later. Change happens in the unspectacular middle of ordinary days, not at midnight, and not on New Year's Eve. So if you're 2 weeks into January and you're still feeling stuck, you're not failing. Guess what? You're not a calendar, you're human. But here's the thing that we don't talk about enough, at least in my opinion. New Year's resolutions, they're not really about change. Listen to me. They're about hope. Hope that this time will be different. That this year you'll finally become the person you think you're supposed to be. That you'll stop procrastinating or start working out or quit the job or fix the relationship or figure out what you want. And so when January arrives and nothing changes, that hope, it deflates. Suddenly, you're not just the same person. You're the same person who failed at being different. And that's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight to carry. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is the expectation that you should feel different just because the year is new? What if January is just, I don't know, January? It's a month. It's a continuation, not a reset. And maybe you set goals, you made plans, you wrote down resolutions. Maybe you didn't, I didn't. Either way, the calendar turned and you're still here, still figuring it out, still trying, still tired, and still you, right? But real change, it doesn't actually announce itself. It doesn't knock on your door and say, change, I'm here. It doesn't arrive with confetti and champagne. It builds quietly over time. And the choices you make when no one's watching, and the moments you show up, even when you don't feel it, you won't feel it happening. You'll only notice it later, weeks or months from now. You'll look back and you'll realize something shifted, but not yet. Right now, listen to me, you're in the middle. The unremarkable part, the part where nothing feels different because nothing is different yet. And that's okay. So here's what I want you to know. You don't owe anyone a transformation. Did you hear that? You don't owe anyone a transformation. Not your family, not your friends, not the people on social media posting about their perfect morning routines and their life-changing habits. No, and you definitely don't owe it to the calendar. If you're the same person you were last year, that's okay. Maybe you're exactly who you need to be right now. Maybe the change you need isn't about becoming someone else. Maybe it's about accepting who you already are. Not settling, not giving up, just accepting. You can want to grow and still be okay with where you are. You can have goals and still give yourself permission to go really slow. You can hope for change without demanding that it shows up on time, on schedule, on your convenience, right? So here's a small shift to try this week. Instead of asking yourself what needs to change, ask yourself what's already working. Not the big things, the small things. Maybe you're still drinking water. Maybe you're still showing up for work. Maybe you're still texting your friend back. Maybe you're still feeding yourself. Congrats. That's the hardest one for me. Those aren't nothings. Those are the ordinary acts of continuing that don't necessarily get celebrated, but they are quietly holding you together. So maybe you don't need to change. Maybe you just need to notice what you're already doing and keep doing it. One more day, one more breath, one more small choice. Because that's how real change happens. Not at midnight, and definitely not with fanfare. It happens in the unremarkable middle, when nothing feels different, when you keep going anyway. So, in closing, yeah, the new year started. You didn't transform. That's okay. Change will come slowly, quietly, and probably in ways you won't notice until later. So for now, smile. For now, you're allowed to be exactly who you are. And I love that about you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down. To find more episodes of Calm It Down, see where I may be appearing in your area, or just simply want to know where to send me some chocolate chip cookies, visit calmitdownpodcast.com. This podcast was written and produced by yours truly, Chad Lawson, composer, pianist, and nationally recognized sweet tooth. The views, expressions, and techniques in this episode are of my personal opinion and not intended, nor should they, serve as a substitute for medical advice or diagnosis rendered to you by your individual doctor or other healthcare provider. Only a licensed physician should evaluate your situation, provide a diagnosis, or render other medical advice to you, and you should only act upon the advice of this physician. Now, I'm an extreme empath by nature, but my profession is that of a composer and pianist, not a licensed therapist or physician. I hear from thousands of listeners how my music has helped them through various stages of emotional needs, and I simply want to offer this in future podcast episodes to aid those needs. So to find a list of licensed professionals in your area, please visit calmitdownpodcast.com. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review, or better yet, share it with a friend. While it takes less than 60 seconds to do, its impact will last for years to come, as every little bit helps in growing the awareness and the importance of mental and emotional health. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down.